Welcome back to the Fungi Files. Today, we're diving into an experimental project with this potentially contaminated Cordyceps militaris liquid culture. I'll be inoculating some broth-infused rice with this liquid culture to see if we can nurture it to full fruiting bodies or if there's hidden contamination within. Now, I did test this liquid culture onto Agar with about 4 dishes, and all of them have grown out perfectly fine. However, that doesn't mean that contaminants aren't hidden within. The end goal, once we have all of our fruiting bodies and harvested some cordyceps, we plan to make a medical tincture with them. And I'll talk about that more as we go. Let's get into it. Let's start by taking a closer look at our inoculated Cordyceps agar in liquid culture. Looking at the liquid culture, it has fully grown out, and since it's been sitting for a while, it has started to turn orange. On all of my plates, there's no signs of contamination. That's promising, but it doesn't guarantee that this culture is completely clean. Some contaminants can remain hidden until the conditions are just right, especially with a nutrient-rich environment like the rice that we're about to make. So I'm taking extra steps with inoculation process and chamber setup to make sure that we don't have extra contaminants. If we look at this liquid culture, we can see there is some very thick mycelium growth in there, and it doesn't look to be necessarily cloudy, but this mycelium has just been growing weird. All 3 of my liquid culture jars I've inoculated, though, have all turned out with this. 2 of them were with the multi-spore syringe, and the other one was with grown out agar. Now, this is the chamber that I'll be using for the inoculation and full growth of the cordyceps. It's a simple Tupperware container modified with 4 fresh air exchange holes covered in micropore tape. This setup allows for some air exchange, but keeps potential contaminants out, giving our cordyceps a safe space to start colonizing the rice. This setup is easy, cheap, and perfect for small-scale inoculation like we're attempting today. Currently, I just have this king oyster Ziploc bag that is starting to fruit in here. However, I'll be moving this out for the cordyceps. Now, cordyceps are known for their high nutrient requirements. Out in the wild, they infect insects such as caterpillars, ants, and tarantulas. All of these are different species that are specifically designed to attack these different insects. However, the species we'll be using today, Cordyceps militaris, is easy to use external nutrients and grow indoors in a controlled environment. For the nutrient broth today, we'll be using 3 full eggs, the shell included. We'll be using a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon of dextrose, and then 500 milliliters of distilled water. We'll blend these ingredients together, scrape the foam off the top, and then pressure cook for about an hour and a half. Once that is cooled off, we can slightly cook some brown rice as we would for grain spawn, and then add this broth to it. Once the entire mixture is cool, we can inoculate with our actual liquid culture. We'll be using quite a bit of liquid culture per container because we want to make sure that it grows fast, and if there is potential contaminants, we hope to outgrow them. Let's prepare some broth and rice. Now, I have just realized I don't have dextrose, so I'm going to be attempting with corn syrup, which is technically glucose, but I'm hoping that it will still work relatively similar. Really, what we're trying to introduce is protein, which is what the eggs are for, and the nutritional yeast is beneficial for the cordyceps as well. Let's go ahead and start with the eggs. Now we can go ahead and add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. And next is just a little over a tablespoon of corn syrup. And with all of those, we can go ahead and pour in our 500 milliliters of water. And now we can blend. With that thoroughly blended, we can go ahead and remove the froth from the top of our mixture. Now, since we're just testing this liquid culture, I'm only going to prepare 2 of these with about 36 milliliters of broth and 30 grams of rice in each of these jars. I'll flip the lid about half a turn loose, put aluminum foil on top, and pressure cook those for about an hour and a half. Now, the rest of this, I'm going to go ahead and seal up and put in the fridge, make sure that this liquid culture is clean before I prepare the rest of them. Now I'm going to add 30 grams of rice into both jars with the broth. 33 grams to the first, and 32 grams to the second. And now with both of our jars filled with our rice and our broth, we can mix them together. And go ahead and throw a modified lid onto both of them. With both lids on securely, we can go ahead and add aluminum foil to prevent moisture buildup. And these are ready to be pressure cooked. The broth is the foundation for our rice substrate. By adding it in this extra nutrients, we give the cordyceps nutrients to grow with. With our rice and broth now sterilized, we can go ahead and remove them to cool to room temperature. We want to do this before we inoculate. Now with our broth-infused rice cooled down and ready to go, we can go ahead and set that into our still air box. And we are going to wipe the top of these lids with an isopropyl rag. And with our sterilized syringe, we can take this out of the bag and start by removing a full 10 cc's of this cordyceps liquid culture. I'm going to be putting about 5 cc's into both jars. As you can see, we have some very nice mycelium floating around. We're going to go ahead and inject our first. And with the remaining of the syringe, I'm going to inoculate our second jar. Our needle is ready to be sterilized again. We can close and label both of our jars. Both of these inoculated, we can go ahead and move them to an incubation. I'm just going to set these out into room temperature air. I don't want them to be in the heated inoculation chamber, which is why I've put these aluminum covers back on. Let's get them onto a shelf and close out this video. The ultimate goal of this project is to harvest these cordyceps and create a medicinal tincture. Cordyceps have amazing properties, from immune system boosting compounds to energy supplementation. If all goes well, I'll be able to create a tincture packed with all of the medical benefits. So stick around for updates and let's see where this experiment takes us.